morning, everybody. My name is Karen Downy, and we are coming to you from the video ministry of the El Cajon Unity Church. And I'd like to introduce our panel this morning, Reverend Linda Baker, and Loy Williams. And to start out this morning, we're just going to find a place of quiet where you can sit down, close your eyes if you want, unless you're driving. Wouldn't be a good idea. And we're going to start with a prayer that's familiar, I think, to everyone, which is the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And come on, wisdom. Amen. Okay, I'm starting off today with a card that comes from the deck called the Archangel Metatron. And the card I have picked is the last card in the deck. Can you see that? Okay. It's number 55. And it's called Red. And the subtitle is Safety, Strength, and Power. And just for information, the card 55 is a master card. So that's a number that's really important and to pay heed to. So I've selected just a couple paragraphs from this reading because, as you can see, we'd be here all day if I read the whole thing. So, this being the last deck in the card is about red being grounding. It anchors, it encourages, and supports you. You may have been feeling tired, depleted, unconfident, demotivated, or lacking direction. Red light comes to energize, warm, and stir you back to life. Red is the shortest wave of light and the most earthly of all the colors. From this, an ancient elder comes before you who has been everything and understands the way of the land and its people. He is here to teach us, as he has learned to master the potent force of red and use it for good in the world. It stands on red, sacred earth, able to feel his bloodline going back through the centuries, healing and wholeness. He will show us how to lead, to show courage, and face whatever there is to challenge or belittle or derail you. He asks you to stand in your own power and presence of solid foundation and safety, while others around you may feel scattered. I'm going to stop there. And as I was reading this morning, what came to me is the chakra system, of which we have 7 spiritual chakras, and the first one being the solar plex, not the solar plexus, I'm sorry, the root chakra, which is the color red. and that is at the base of our spine, and it's our foundation. So it's a very important chakra. And the things that it represents are grounding and safety and stability, which are really important, like in childhood, what we've come from, our foundation. It has to do with the physical world. So when we're feeling, both feet on the ground or walking barefoot or just feeling confident and in our own power, um, that root chakra has balance. It is balanced. But if we're feeling anxious or fearful or insecure and doubtful about something, we're disconnected from that root, from the ground. So I know I've heard it said many times, if you're feeling this, take off your shoes, go outside, walk on the grass, um, take some nice deep breaths. But the root chakra is our foundation. So at that, does anybody else have something to share?
Well, I've got a question for you. With this information that you gave me, how can I use it? Is this something you want me to meditate on?
It's more, I would say, Linda, about a knowing. Um, it's like that root, that color red it's our foundation. Um, you can use it as a meditation by sitting down, putting your feet on the floor, maybe even thinking about the color red or adding a color red to something you see in your little, altar or physical space. Um, I'm just thinking of things that I would do. Um,
Yeah, that is
does that help?
yeah, that's beautiful. Um, that helps me a lot. I'd like to say I'd like to order 7 of them, to tell you the truth.
Well, really quickly, it's like if I get them right, the 7 chakras are the root chakra, the solar plexus, which is the color orange, um, and then not no 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 the sacral. Sorry, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, then our third eye, which all have different colors. But today we're focused on that root one, which is a strong color of red.
Yeah, I think that's important too. And you mentioned balance. That's important in my life, not only physically but spiritually too. And so that thinking about that takes care of both of those issues, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you.
Well, I can definitely comment on that. The color red in many of the Native American traditions, the red horse is the powerful horse, and it symbolizes passion and action. And it comes with the reminder that whenever we're activated, we need to also ground and make sure that our action comes from within, and from our unity, our oneness, because that's where our real strength is. If I let my passion boil over into anger, then what I end up doing is repelling people that I'm trying to connect with and creating conflict and chaos where I'm trying to solve a problem. And, it's easy to do if I'm in my ego state. But if I take the time to bring it into spirit into oneness, into that divine connection, and then bring that passion into activation, what I end up doing is bringing together like-minded people into one voice, into one ability to share and state and move and make the changes that need to be made. So those are my thoughts and my comments. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Reverend Linda. Okay, Loy, what do you think about this?
It's one thing I remember from what you talked about was that oh gosh, how did it go? Red to me sort of symbolizes the kick in the pants that I need to get kick to speak with my inner self, my secret self, my divine self. It's and that generally happens whenever I'm getting really lazy, and I have a tendency to get really lazy. You give me a chance, and I will sit and watch TV all day long. But red, if it's attached to the root chakra, then that to me symbolizes meditation, and I find I get a lot of let's call them divine ideas in meditation. So I'll be honest with you, chakras are hard for me to follow. In my youth, I used to be able to remember them and go for other forms of worship and everything like that. But chakras have been difficult for me to follow. But this one, I can feel it in the physical, in the earth plane. So I hope that made sense.
Oh, thank you. And yes, what you said was really key, Loy, and kind of like Reverend Linda tied in also with the color red. I mean, here is the Indian, sitting, meditating, playing his flute, on the ground. And that's exactly what you brought in, is that sitting down, foundation,
Thank
grounding.
you. Mhm.
So thank you very much. Does anyone have anything else to add? Mum's the word, huh? Okay, I guess that might mean that we are closing this panel out for today. And I would like to thank all of you that tuned in. Thank you for all of the panel that showed up today. This is really a fun thing to do, to see each other's faces on this Zoom call and know that we're a part of each other's process. So I know there will be links when the tape closes to connect you with Reverend Linda or the Church of El Cajon. And please, if you have an inclination to join our panel and have some fun, please let us know. And if there's any questions or comments on what we have said, or maybe what didn't get said, please let us know. And on that, I'll say goodbye and close this out.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.